Roots of identity, the Oromo connection. In the heart of Central Ethiopia, we witness a historic gathering, a celebration of cultural identity, and a unity that transcends borders and backgrounds. Delegates from Oromia, the Somali region, and even as far as South Africa have covered here, answering the heartfelt invitation of the Arsi Oromo tribe. This event, known as Sikomando Utawayu, is not just an assembly. It is a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of a people seeking to reclaim their roots. Over the centuries, different Arsi Oromo tribes had been traveled across today's Central Ethiopian regional state for searching better life. Descendants stand at a crossroad, yearning to understand their heritage, a heritage that has been both a source of pride and a cause of confusion. Community members say, though I may not speak Afan Oromo fluently, I feel it in my heart. I want my children to know who they are, to feel the pride of their ancestors. The Gada father address among the attendees is a revered figure, the Gada father of the Arsi Oromo, who embodies the wisdom, the cultural legacy of his people. His words, steeped in traditions, are a bridge between the past and the future. He said, "My beloved children, today we gather not merely as individuals, but as a united family, bound by our shared history. You, the Arsi Oromo descendants, represent the hopes and the dreams of our ancestors. Your success is our success, and your pain is our pain. Together, let us reclaim our cultural identity. Let us teach our children the beautiful language of Afan Oromo, for it is the key to their heritage and the shield against the identity crisis faced by many of our forefathers." With the call for unity resonating, tribal elders from across Central Ethiopia step forward, their voice a call of solidarity, echoing the importance of embracing diversity within the Ethiopian identity. Tribal elders said, "Today we stand as one. The unity we witness here between the Arsi Oromo and the Central Ethiopian tribe is a beacon of hope. We are more than our individual tribe. We are Ethiopians, a tapestry of cultural woven together by shared dreams and aspirations. Your search for identity is a natural human desire, and we must support the Arsi Oromo in their journey to teach their children Afan Oromo. Together, we can build a stronger Ethiopia, one where every child knows their roots and stands proud." This gathering is more than an event. It is a celebration of resilience, a powerful reminder that our identities are intertwined. As the descendants of the Arsi Oromo reclaim their heritage, supported by neighbors and friends from diverse backgrounds, they embark on a journey that honors the past while embracing a united future. While today's gathering celebrates unity in the cultural connection, the Arsi Oromo tribes residing in various zones of Central Ethiopia seek more than just traditional food and music. They yearn for a revival of their rich cultural heritage, which has been stifled by language barriers and a disconnect from their Oromo roots. Their voice echoes a collective plea for the establishment of Afan Oromo language school in their communities. Community parents said, "We want our children to learn Afan Oromo, not just as a language, but as a gateway to their identity. Without it, they cannot fully connect with their history or culture. We need schools where they can learn and strive." Community leaders are stepping forward, advocating for the establishment of Afan Oromo language school. They understand that education is not merely about academics. It is about nurturing a sense of belonging and identity. Community leaders also said, "Our children are growing up in a world where they are disconnected from their heritage. They deserve the opportunity to learn Afan Oromo, to understand the stories of their ancestors, and to embrace their culture. We must work together to convince the Central Ethiopian government to support us in this initiative. It is not enough to celebrate our culture. We must pass it on. I see the spark in the children's eyes. When they learn their first word in Afan Oromo, it is a connection to their past and a bridge to their future. Tribal leaders said, we must stand together, not just as Arsi Oromo, but as united community of Central Ethiopia.
Adi binu bayis witti onano matorach kulumman atorallam. Atorallum bikinate maso nem tasmamat numok. Butchodim hadiyan. Mas min witimim hadiyin hasisi ukislankate. Kaba hadiy kaba lhare chetinomo labo labagan gasin karamma gasin makrin kahe numman. Seko man do akamo kaba an seko kollo ne homok man do kollo homan nakuman abayu wanes.
The establishment of Afan Oromo schools is a step forward, healing the disconnect that many of our youth are experiencing. We ask the Central Ethiopian government to recognize our cultural rights and support us in this endeavor. Today, the Arsi Oromo tribes in Central Ethiopia are not only celebrating their heritage, but are also championing a movement for language education that can reclaim their identity. Their aspiration for Afan Oromo schools reflect a profound desire to connect with their roots and ensure that future generations grow up proud of who they are. There are even attendees from as far as South Africa, perhaps diaspora members, researchers, drawn to this unique story of identity reclamation. Officials come from Oromia said, this is about acknowledging our shared history. Even if people live in different regions, speak different language, today, understanding our roots strengthens our bond as Ethiopian. This gathering isn't about changing administrative borders or political affiliations. It is about identity at its most fundamental level. For the descendants of those Arsi Oromo migrants, it is a chance to reclaim a part of themselves they felt was lost, even while remaining proud members of their current communities. It is a powerful testament to the fact that history lives on, not just in books, but in the bloodline and the enduring curiosity of the human spirit. Bringing people together from different zones within the Central Ethiopia regional state, Hadiya, Kambata, Halaba, and so far, various parts of Oromia, likely West Arsi, Bale Zone, the Ethiopian Somali region, and potentially even internationally, South Africa is a massive logistic undertaking. This involves coordinating transportation, accommodation, and food for a large, diverse group, traveling significant distance. The primary participants speak different languages: Afan Oromo, Hadiyisa, Kambatisa, Halabisa, Amharic, Somali, and others. Planning required communication strategy to reach potential attendees in their respectful languages. During the event itself, ensuring effective communication and understanding likely required arranging for translators or interpreters, which adds complexity in the cost. Navigating regional relations, the event involves sensitive topics of identity and historical migration across regional boundaries, Oromia and Central Ethiopia. Organizers needed to carefully navigate the political landscape, ensuring buy-in and cooperation from government officials in both regions. They had to frame the event clearly as cultural and historical reconnection, avoiding potential misinterpretations or political tensions. Managing local dynamics, ensuring the event was perceived positively within the host communities, Hadiya, Kambata, Halaba, and so far, was crucial. Organizers likely had to emphasize that affirming Oromo heritage was not about undermining the participants' current identities or loyalties within the Central Ethiopian region, but about understanding their complete history. In the context of Ethiopia's ethnic federalism, events centered on ethnic identity can be sensitive. Organizers have to manage expectations and ensure the focus remained on cultural heritage and a peaceful reconnection. Relying on oral history passed down through generations to trace lineage back to specific Arsi Oromo clans requires careful handling. There might be variations in stories or gaps in memory. Organizers might have faced challenges in respectfully documenting and acknowledging this historical without creating disputes. Ensuring the historical narrative presented was acceptable and respectful to all participating groups, Arsi Oromo Hadiya, Mbata Halaba, Thomali, and others would require careful consultation. Organizing a multi-day event involving tribal accommodation, food, translation, and potentially security requires significant financial resources. Securing funding, whether from government bodies, community contributions, or other sources, was likely a major hurdle. Such events even rely heavily on the time and efforts of volunteer organizers from the communities involved. Coordinating these efforts effectively presents its own challenge. Clearly defining the objective was its purely cultural exchange, historical education, fostering future links or combinations, and communicating this effectively to all stakeholders would have been essential to manage expectations. Ensuring the event felt inclusive to all attendees, regardless of their current linguistic or regional affiliation, required careful planning of activities and protocols. Overcoming this challenge required dedicated effort, diplomatic skill, community mobilization, and strong cooperation between leaders and officials from the involved regions and the communities. The fact that the event happened suggests they were largely successful in navigating these complexities. The end.